What's up guys, I'm back, and this time it's going to be a VGC battle that I had with Revan. This is a battle for Pokememes tournament. It's the finals, so it was a best 2 out of 3. My team was a Kangaskhan, Mega, Bisharp, Sylveon, Togekiss, Garchomp, and Zapdos. While his team was a Garchomp, Rotom Heat, Mawile, Sableye, Melodic, and a Ferrothorn. So, I do bring the Kangaskhan and Zapdos as my lead because I thought that was the safest play, as this team revolves around setting up Tailwind and basically overpowering my team while being faster than them as much as I can. Anyways, he ends up going for the double protect on the first turn, fearing the fake out from Kangaskhan. I do not go for the fake out, and I do go for the power up punch instead because I do want to get +2 as fast as I can. I was not really afraid of the Will-O-Wisp from the Rotom Heat because I do carry Facade, and if anything I kind of wanted him to burn me. But yeah, anyways, Zapdos has an excellent matchup with Garchomp because Garchomp wouldn't be able to do anything to me because I am super defensive. And I do have HP Ice, but as you have seen there, he does have the Yache Berry, so you know, he takes that pretty well. Though it does about a third to him, so the next HP Ice is going to definitely be able to take him out. So here I switch out my Zapdos because I kind of want to save him for later just in case I need to set up another Tailwind. And I send in my Sylveon because it can also take any attack that the Rotom Heat was going to do to me. And I knew that his Garchomp was going to switch out because my Zapdos is faster and it will take him out with the HP Ice. And he does send in the Mega Mawile, which gets the Intimidate off, and I am back to +1 with my Mega Kangaskhan. But as you can see here, even at +1, Facade is not really strong because it's just 70 base power, but it does half to Mawile, even though it resists it, which is pretty insane. Anyways, the next turn he does switch out the Rotom Heat, which is a great play on his part because I do go for the Facade on his Rotom Heat, which would have taken him out, obviously. And I didn't really go for the attack on the Mega Mawile because when I ran the calcs, the Specs Hyper Voice said it was going to do like 50% or something to it, and it was at yellow, so I thought, oh yeah, you know, the Hyper Voice might be able to kill it. But I did forget to set the calculator on into doubles. So since Hyper Voice is a spread move, it's not going to do as much as it would do in singles, and Mawile ends up living it. Though it ended up being a critical hit, so I'm not sure. Maybe that Mawile does have some EVs and special defense just to take some hits. And you know, combined with Intimidate, it does have the bulk on the physical side as well. So here, I kind of didn't care what Mawile did because I was going to be able to hit him with the Hyper Voice the next turn and take him out anyway. But he does go for the Protect. I guess he was expecting a Sucker Punch from Mega Kangaskhan. But I do not carry Sucker Punch, I do carry the Crunch, as you saw there on the Ferrothorn. I used Crunch on the Ferrothorn because, you know, I knew I was going to go down to Iron Barbs anyway. I just wanted damage, just enough damage so that the Hyper Voice would be able to take him out. So here, all I needed to do was just keep firing Hyper Voices because obviously this Mawile is in range. And the Rotom Heat is not going to be able to do much to my Sylveon anyway. I do go for the Follow Me on my Togekiss just in case because I kind of want to keep Sylveon alive as much as I can because he still does have the Garchomp, which does outspeed me obviously. And yeah, having the Follow Me support is definitely useful for my Sylveon because Sylveon is my win condition pretty much, just because it can take any hit from Rotom Heat and, you know, it can OHKO the Garchomp, which none of my other Pokemon can do. So, Togekiss is just eating the Citrus Berry here, and I do get to fire off the Hyper Voice. You know, Rock Slide, it's a spread move, and it's not stabbed from Garchomp, so it's not going to do nearly enough to take me out. And yeah, this last turn I didn't really need Togekiss anymore, so I just ended up attacking with both of them. He takes me out with the Thunderbolt, and I use my Hyper Voice, which takes it out because it's no longer a spread move. And yeah, I take game 1 thanks to Sylveon taking out 4 out of 4 of the Pokemon. So, you know, Sylveon definitely deserves the thumbnail here. Here I switched Mega Kangaskhan with the Bisharp slot because I figured that he was going to bring the Mawile again, since that was his Mega. His other Mega was the Sableye, but I didn't think he was going to bring Sableye after the the effort put in from Sylveon in the first game. So here I do send in the Bisharp and the Zapdos, expecting him to lead off with the Mawile. And if he led with the Mawile, I do get a significant boost thanks to Defiant, and I do get to +1, which would have been great. But here I went for the Protect on my Bisharp first turn because I kind of expected the Rotom Heat to use Overheat on me. And I just went for the attack straight onto the Melodic with my Zapdos' Thunderbolt, but it turns out it had a berry, and Melodic just eats it up really. And surprisingly, it has Mirror Coat, which is something you don't really see often in doubles because it's hard to predict what kind of attacks are going to be, landing on the Melodic. But right now, both of my attackers are special attackers, so the the Mirror Coat is a pretty good option here. So here I was kind of expecting the Thunderbolt and Specs Hyper Voice combo to take out the Melodic, but it lives on just like 1 health or something. The Will-O-Wisp doesn't really matter on my Sylveon because the Melodic just ends up using the Mirror Coat on my Sylveon, and based on the damage that Sylveon did, it was obviously going to take it out. So here he takes away his Rotom Heat in front of my Bisharp because my Bisharp does outspeed it, and from that range of health, Knockoff would have been able to knock it out. And he sends in Claire the Ferrothorn, which is a good play on his part, but it still does so much damage. Life Orb Bisharp is a pretty big threat, and I do end up just taking out the Melodic this turn because I was not gonna do any fancy predictions with the Ferrothorn coming in or anything like that. I just wanted the Melodic gone because it could do so many weird things like Ice Beam and destroying my Zapdos. And Zapdos is pretty essential to me winning because it does have the Tailwind support, which I dearly need. And here he pulls the Double Protect just to burn the last turn of Tailwind, which is a great play on his part, since now I cannot go for the knockoff on his Rotom Heat and take it out. Here, is a pretty questionable play on my part. I probably could have gone for Tailwind and then made my Bisharp outspeed his Rotom Wash again so that I could take it out on the next turn, since I do end up being +1 with thanks to the Intimidate. But I do end up going for the Heat Wave because I didn't want Ferrothorn to start doing some shenanigans with Leech Seed and gaining HP more and more and just putting me in a tight spot. So I kind of wanted to get rid of the Ferrothorn as fast as I can. So I did end up going for the Heat Wave, which obviously from like the 40% is obviously going to take it out thanks to the 4x weakness. Here I just fire off the Heat Wave, and I do go for a Sucker Punch on the Rotom Heat because yeah, +1, it was definitely going to take it out. But he does make the correct decision and go for the Protect. It was a 50-50 though, because had I gone for Iron Head on the Mawile, Heat Wave plus Iron Head would have been able to take it out. But if I made the wrong prediction there and the Rotom actually went for the Overheat on my Bisharp, I would have been in trouble because the Mawile would then attack my Zapdos, and Zapdos cannot live the Thunderbolt from the next Thunderbolt from Rotom, as it did right there. Anyways, he didn't know that I had Flamethrower on my Togekiss, and Togekiss with Flamethrower is actually pretty decent because both of his stab is resisted by Steel types, and the 20% burn is actually pretty good. So, I do end up going for the Follow Me, just so that I can get off more damage with Zapdos, because Zapdos is my major damage output at this point. It has higher special attack than the Togekiss, so I'd end up using Follow Me. But just looking at that damage, I knew that I was not going to be able to win just by going for Thunderbolt continuously, and I needed to use Tailwind so that I can go for Flinch Kiss. Flinch Kiss being Togekiss's Air Slash with 60% chance to flinch. So I knew that was my best option at this point. So now, thanks to Tailwind, both of my Pokemon are faster than it, and I am able to use Air Slash and Thunderbolt, which brings it to the red. I do get a critical hit here. It doesn't really matter because it's going to be a 2-hit KO anyway. And I do get the flinch, so, you know, GG there. Yeah, and I mean, you know, it was a bit lucky, but it is in my favor, I guess. But yeah, anyways, that was a great match. Thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Peace.